Okay, so welcome to Mathstoria, and let's have this composition of functions. So we have these two equations of a composite functions, the f of g of x and the g of f of x. Then we have these given functions, f of x equals x squared plus 3x and g of x equals x minus 2. Then solve and simplify this f of g of x. So again, this equation is equal to f of g of x. Since f of g of x, so therefore, from f of x, but x is equal to g of x. Then, since g of x is equal to x minus 2, so we can rewrite this one as f of x minus 2. So to solve now this equation from f of x, but x is equal to x minus 2, so this x squared becomes x minus 2 squared plus 3 times x, that's x minus 2. Then simplify. So to simplify this x minus 2 to the power 2, this one is the square of a binomial. We're going to use this SMS method. So S stands for the square of the first term. So the square of x, this one is x squared. Then M, that's multiplication. So multiply these numbers. 2 times negative 2, that's negative 4 times x. So negative 4x. Then this S, the square of the second term. So the square of 2, this one is positive 4. So therefore, this x minus 2 to the power 2 is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. Then for this term, so apply distributive property. So 3 times x, this one is positive 3x. 3 times negative 2, that's negative 6. Then combine like terms. So we have x squared. Then this negative 4x and positive 3x, that's negative 1x or negative x. And this positive 4 and negative 6, this one is negative 2. So therefore, f of g of x is equal to x squared minus x minus 2. Then for this given, so we can write this one as g of f of x. So since g of f of x, so therefore, from g of x, but your x is equal to f of x. Since f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x, so therefore we can rewrite this one as g of x squared plus 3x. So to solve now this equation from g of x, but x is equal to x squared plus 3x, so that becomes x squared plus 3x, then minus 2. Since this equation is already simplified, so therefore, g of f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 2. Then for this given, so we can rewrite this one as f of g of 2. Since f of g of 2, so therefore, from f of x, but x is equal to g of 2. So we need to solve first this g of 2. And g of 2 from g of x, but x is equal to 2. So that's 2 minus 2. And 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore, this g of 2 is equal to 0. So we can rewrite this one now as f of 0. Then simplify. So from f of x, and x is equal to 0. So this one is 0 squared plus 3 times 0 because x is equal to 0. So 0 squared is 0 plus 3 times 0. This one is 0. So therefore, f of g of 2 is equal to 0. Then for this given, so we can rewrite this one as g of f of negative 1. So from g of x, but x is equal to f of negative 1. So therefore, we need to solve first this f of negative 1. Then from f of x, but x is negative 1. So that's negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1. Then negative 1 squared, so negative times negative, that's positive. And positive times negative, that's negative 3. Then 1 minus negative 3, that's negative 2. So therefore, f of negative 1 is equal to negative 2. So we can rewrite now this equation as g of negative 2. So to simplify from g of x, but x is negative 2, so this x becomes negative 2, then minus 2, and negative 2 minus 2, that's negative 4. So therefore, g of f of negative 1 is equal to negative 4. Then for this given, so we can rewrite this one as f of x. Since f of x, so therefore, from f of x, but your x is equal to f of x, since f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x, so we can rewrite this one as f of x squared plus 3x. Then to solve now this equation from f of x, but x is equal to x squared plus 3x, so this x squared becomes x squared plus 3x, then to the power 2, then plus 3 times x, and x is equal to x squared plus 3x. Then simplify, so this one is a square of a binomial, so we can use the SMS method. So x squared plus 3x to the power 2. Using this method, the SMS, so the square of the first term, the square of x squared, so just multiply this exponent, 2 times 2, so that's x to the power 4. Then multiply, so 2 times 3x, that's 6x, then 6x times x squared, so just add the exponent, this one is 6x to the power 3. Then the square of the last term, so the square of 3x, so the square of 3 is 9, so plus 9. Then the square of x, that's x to the power 2. So therefore, this x squared plus 3x to the power 2 is equal to x to the power 4 plus 6x to the power 3 plus 9x to the power 2. Then for this term, so apply distributive properties. So positive 3 times x squared, that's positive 3x squared. Then this positive 3 times positive 3x, this one is positive 9x. Then combine like terms, so bring down x to the power 4, bring down 6x to the power 3. Then we can combine this 9x squared and positive 3x squared, so this one is positive 12, so bring down x squared, then plus 9x. So therefore, f of x is equal to x to the power 4 plus 6x to the power 3 plus 12x squared plus 9x. Then for this given, so this equation is equal to g of x. Since g of x, so from g of x, but your x is equal to g of x, and g of x is equal to x minus 2. So therefore, we can rewrite this one as g of x minus 2. Then to solve this equation, so from g of x, and x is x minus 2, so we have x minus 2, then minus 2, So simplify. So we have x. This negative 2 and negative 2, that's negative 4. So therefore, g of x is equal to x minus 4.